Alright guys, I'm going to go over some tactical pens. This is going to be my tactical pen review. Alright, here's 6 pens. This is, I don't know, this might be my favorite pen because it has the boxer dog on it. This is not a tactical pen. This is my fountain pen. It's not a tactical pen. This is my Smith & Wesson, the new one. It is a tactical pen. Okay. This one is the Tough Rider. It is a tactical pen, and that's Tough, Tuff. It says Pitmaster on it. This is my Crkt. This is a tactical pen. And here's my old school Smith & Wesson. I've had this one for a long time, and this one is the tactical pen. So let me go over the uses and the benefits and what I like and what I don't like about each one and which one I feel is the best. Okay? Alright, here we go. So, this simple fountain pen, okay, you can actually use this if you needed to as a tactical pen, as a weapon. The problem is the point. Very sharp, but if you hit a bone or a really hard prominence, it would bend or break. So it's not made as a tactical pen, but it could do in a pinch. The same as my boxer pen. Okay, you can see that. You can see my boxer pen. It could be used as a tactical pen, but again, it's not as sturdy. So if you hit someone's bones or something, it might bend or break. So my 2 favorite pens that aren't tactical pens, but they'll do in a pinch. All right, now let's go to the tactical pens. First of all, my old school Smith & Wesson, as you can see. Okay, love it. It's great. It snaps open. Then you can hold the cap on the end. You can write with it just like a regular pen. You can even unscrew and change the cartridges if you have to. You just go to Office Max and you can change the cartridges. I've had to change this one like 2 or 3 times already. I use it that much. So I love it. I feel comfortable with it. Always bring it on planes. The only problem with it, okay, is it has a great backup here where, you know, it has a flat base so you can put it places and it won't jam into your hand. And if you use it this way, it won't jam in, or this way. So it works in all the different directions, but it does, right here, it does have a little bit of wiggle, which I feel it could break under severe duress. That's the only problem I have with this one. Never had to use it, but I feel it wiggling when I put a lot of pressure on it. And in the heat of battle, I don't know. But this is the one I carry the most. But I did buy a couple new ones to try them. So let me go through them. This one, the Crkt, is the sharpest one. Okay, and it has a flat base, so you can hold it, punch with it, stab with it, hook with it, really sharp. But again, it has a good grip too. Just like this Smith & Wesson, it has a good grip. Right here, this is really gives you a good grip. This one has a good grip, not as good. Like if you're really sweaty or if there's blood, this one is kind of smooth, so it wouldn't be quite as good a grip as the Smith & Wesson. But again, if you see right there, it does have a little wiggle. Okay, I don't want that wiggle if I'm trying to stab somebody, save my life, and I'm jabbing them in the head and this breaks. It feels like it could break. It does wiggle a little too much. This one wiggles more than this one, but they both wiggle a little. They both have really sharp points and they have flat bottoms. So I like that, but I don't like the wiggle. Okay? Okay, third one, Tough Rider, and that's tough with Tuff. Okay, this one has a rounded bottom, so it doesn't feel quite as good if I was punching someone, but if it was a life or death situation, I think I would do just fine with it. This one has absolutely no wiggle at all. It would be just, it's just like a spike. So if I had to use this to jab somebody, I feel like this one would not bend at all. And if you look at it, it's about an inch longer than the other ones. Okay, this Tough Rider. Oh, not quite an inch here, but it's longer than the others. So this one is the longest. There's absolutely no wiggle, and it feels just as sturdy, you know, as if it was one piece. Okay. Now let me tell you the problem with it. Number one, it's longer than the rest, so it's a little more difficult to carry. It has a screw-off cap, but it has nowhere to go. Okay. So once you screw off the cap, you got to put it somewhere. You might lose it. It's not as handy, and you can't unscrew it and just keep it here. Like if you're going on a plane, you know, showing TSA that it's just a pen, you can't do that because you can't keep the cap on the end. You can, however, with the Crkt, right? So now it looks just like a pen. You can actually carry it on the plane just like that. And you can do that, like I showed you, with the Smith, okay? You cannot do that with a Tough Rider. But on the good side of this, it's the longest one, so it'll give you maximal penetration, and it's solid, okay? Now, let's go to the last one. The new Smith & Wesson. It has ridges. It doesn't have this rough area right here like these two have, and that really seems to help, like if you're bloody or sweaty, for grip. But this one does have ridges, so it would really help with grip. Okay. Now this one has absolutely no wiggle, so it feels really solid, where you can do jabbing or striking. The tip is not nearly as pointy as the others, especially the Crkt. Not nearly as sharp, not as sharp as the Smith, not as sharp as the Tough Rider, and it's shorter than the Tough Rider, so it'll be easier to carry. Okay, but if you had to jab someone in the face or the eyes, this would do the damage. I'm sure it would do just fine. It has a screw on top, which you can actually screw on, so you can carry it on the plane like this. Okay, so it looks just like a pen. So that's a good point. And when you screw it back to its closed position, no wiggle at all, and it feels really solid. So I think out of the all ones, if everything considered, if I had to pick the best one, it would be this Smith & Wesson. Okay, followed by this Smith & Wesson because it has a great grip, and but it does have a little wiggle. Okay. And then I would have to go with this Tough Rider, even though once you take the top off, you're going to lose it. Okay? And then I really like the looks of this one, but for efficiency, the Crkt would have to be last. Anyway, that's my review on my tactical pens. If you have any questions, comment below. If you have any complaints, comment below. But that's all I gotta say, guys. Thanks for coming.